I believe that the time is coming for Link, and I believe that Link during the next bull run could hypothetically go to the price of at least $200. And even though that isn't financial advice, I want to give several reasons why I believe that could very well happen during the next bull run. First of all, when it comes to Link, what is it, right? Link is a token that powers the Chainlink decentralized Oracle network. And with that being said, some people, they may be wondering, what are oracles? And oracles are basically data feeds that bring data from off the chain, aka off-chain data sources, and brings them over into the blockchain for smart contracts to use. Chainlink's purpose is to provide off-chain data for cryptocurrency blockchains. And usually without off-chain data, most decentralized applications are not able to function properly. So the purpose that Chainlink is trying to serve, in my opinion, is extremely crucial. And the amazing thing about Chainlink is that it provides data from a series of oracles, not only just one. And here's the thing, right? When it comes to these oracles, each oracle will typically have varying data to a certain degree. However, because Chainlink has a series of oracles, it will quite essentially use the average from the series of oracles to find the best answer. And this right here ensures that the data can't be manipulated, and these oracles right here are paid in Link tokens for the data that they provide. These payments typically come from crypto projects, companies, and developers who use these data feeds for their operations. So for example, when it comes to Chainlink, they can, for instance, provide pricing data for various cryptocurrency exchanges and as well as crypto pricing websites, i.e. CoinGecko and many others. However, it doesn't end there, because on top of just data feeds, Chainlink also provides other services such as something called verifiable random functions, aka VRF for short. And this, by the way, is required for random number generation. And this right here can be used, for example, in video games and other use cases as well that may need random number generation. Furthermore, Chainlink also offers proof of reserves as well, which can be used, for example, in the case of stablecoin issuers and cryptocurrency exchanges. And proof of reserves are typically used for stablecoin issuers and cryptocurrency exchanges when they typically want to prove and showcase that they are holding a certain amount of assets. In addition, Chainlink also has something called Keepers, and Keepers, by the way, allows developers to automate certain smart contract tasks and functions that involve off-chain input or data. And with all that being said, I think it's fair to assume that Chainlink has amazing fundamentals. I think the use case is so amazing. However, let's not forget, Chainlink is doing very well as of right now, in my opinion. If we take a look at this, on the Chainlink ecosystem, we will find over 1,800 projects, which I think is very impressive. However, something that gets me very excited for the future of Chainlink is the fact that they also have use cases in NFTs and DeFi. And I think this right here is amazing, because I do believe that there is a lot of potential in both the DeFi and NFT market. For example, according to Grandview Research, they predict that the NFT market by 2030 is expected to be worth over $211 billion. Furthermore, when we take a look at the DeFi market, also according to Grandview Research, they are anticipating that the DeFi market over the next 7 years is expected to exceed $230 billion. And I think that right there are some very insane figures. I think that, if anything, showcases just how massive the NFT and DeFi market could hypothetically be in the very near future. And I do believe that moving forward, as the DeFi and NFT market continues to grow, I think so will amazing projects, much like Chainlink, that have use cases in both NFTs and DeFi. So overall, when I consider just how spectacular Chainlink is, when I take a look at its use case, when I take a look at its ecosystem, I truly do believe that Link during the next bull run could hypothetically at least reach the price of $200. And even though that isn't financial advice, and even though that is not an invitation to buy, sell, or trade cryptos, even though that is not the case whatsoever, I will say that one of the major catalysts, which in my opinion could very well allow Link to reach the price of $200 during the next bull run, is the fact that I do believe that the next bull run could potentially be massive. And let me show you what I'm talking about. Currently, there's more people than ever before in history owning cryptos. And no, that is not a joke. Currently, there's over 420 million people around the globe owning cryptocurrencies. And just to give this number some context, when we take a look back roughly around 2 years ago, in 2021, during that massive bull run, there was only roughly around 300 million people owning cryptocurrencies. However, again, right, you fast forward to today, there's over 420 million. So just imagine this, right? If the 2021 bull run look massive, with roughly only around 300 million people owning cryptocurrencies. Just imagine how massive the next bull run could potentially be, especially now that we have over 420 million. I mean, when you have that many people owning cryptos, in my opinion, during the next bull run, the amount of FOMO, buying pressure, and buying volume could very well be through the roof. And personally speaking, what I believe is that Bitcoin could potentially go to the price of at least $100,000 during the next bull run. And I think that if Bitcoin were to breach the price of $100,000 during the next bull run, I think the altcoin season at that point would be insane. And I think that as altcoins start rallying, I think so will amazing cryptocurrencies that have fantastic fundamentals, much like Link. I think Link at that point would go along with the ride. So overall, when I consider the A+ fundamentals of Chainlink, and when I consider just how massive the next bull run could potentially be, I do not see why Link cannot go to the price of at least $200 during the next bull run. At least that's the way I view it. However, again, right, that is not financial advice and that is not a guarantee, but I will say that I am extremely bullish on the future of Chainlink. I think Link could very well surprise a lot of people during the next bull run. And if you want to check out a very interesting video, make sure to go ahead and click on this thumbnail right here. It's a very fantastic video, and I think you all would really love it.